Hello and welcome to the Goal Vision webinar using projects. My name is Nikki Murphy and I'm a business systems consultant here on the projects team at Goal Vision. So today we're going to be taking a look at how to use the projects area in Goal Vision to create and manage your projects. And to do so, we'll be looking at using their types and stages, activities, the flows view and some very simple workflow. And we'll also be taking a look at the two methods of logging time against a project. To find your projects list, come onto the view menu and scroll down for projects. So this is my projects list. You can see I've got several projects on the go that I've created earlier, and you can see I've set different types for these projects and color coded them. So you can of course use the projects module for internal projects, so perhaps HR projects or things of that ilk, and also customer facing work. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new project for today's demo. It's going to be a software implementation project, of course, because that's what we do here at Goal Vision. So it'll be an installation project, and I'm going to set the stage to be initiation. So just as you can set your own project types, you can, of course, edit these stages to suit your workflow. I'm just going to attach that to the customer and press save. So that's it, that's my project created. And from here, of course, I can add new appointments if needed, or start to add project activities. But what I've done is actually set up some workflow so that whenever I create an installation project and the stage is initiation, it automatically sets up 4 activities for me. So each of these 4 activities then represent different milestones for the project, and you can see they've come through, some for me and one for my colleague, and they've got different due dates. You can, of course, edit the screen design in the projects just as you can with all the other Goal Vision areas to suit the information that you need. So, for example, you could screen design on a documents and a gallery section, as I have done. So documents enables you to upload any documents that you may have that you need on hand when managing the project. And the gallery can be useful for any images that are relevant to the work that you're doing. So you've got everything in one place and at hand. And remember, of course, you can always use the Word templates to create your own project documentation. The projects area has also obviously a correspondence section, just as all the other objects in Goal Vision. So this is where your notes will end up, and also you could track emails. So you could use, if you wanted to, your project reference number, using the referencing, having that come into the summary here, and then any emails that you were specifically sending with that information in would track directly onto the project. So that can be a really good way of keeping track of that communication if you're talking to people externally to your organisation. If you want to have other people in your business linked into the project, then you can add them in here as members. And of course, you can always use the links so that you can link other contacts, perhaps other companies, or maybe even other Goal Vision objects into the project so that you've got everything all in one place to make it easy to manage. I'm going to come back to my main projects list. The things I want to show you is the flows view. So I come onto the views button here and change it to flows. To view the flows and hide my empty lanes, and then I can see all of my various consultants and the projects at their different stages. So this is a really good way of getting an overall picture straight away of exactly where all your projects are, if there's perhaps any hold up. So we can see we've got quite a few projects here in the design stage. What makes me wonder if there's any way that we can be moving them out of design. Do they need a little more resource, or perhaps what is the hold up there? And you can then move projects from stage to stage using this view. So again, a nice easy way of working with your projects across the board. So here's my new implementation. We can see that's popped up over here. I'm actually going to just cheat the system a little and move that straight over into training to show you a little more of the workflow that I've set up. So having now moved the stage into a training stage, what I've done is set an alert in the background to notify my colleague that the training is ready to book. So she would have received an email, and I've also got a note here on the system to say that that training is ready to book now. Now, one of the most important features really for managing your projects in Goal Vision is that you can use them to log time. And there's two ways of doing this. There's what we call first simple time management. And to do this, what we do is just screen design on an estimated time and an actual time field here at the project level and or at the activity level as well. What I'm going to do is just set an estimated time for the overall project of 5 days. And then I'm going to come onto one of my activities and log some time against it. So if I choose the scoping activity, you can see again, I've also screen designed on these two fields here. So let's say, for example, that's a day's worth of work, my estimation. And then I can log some time against the project. So if I perhaps had a call with the customer today, I can just say call with the customer. I've spent 2 hours of that time so far. So that information will come in here in actual time, and then if I go back up to the top level of the project, that shows that time there as well. So that's simple time logging. You can also sell your time in units. So what I've done is created a training product. If I come to my product sales, you'll see that I've actually sold a training product to this company, and that training product has been set as a day's worth of training time. So to come back to my project and open up the training activity, what I can do is link that time sale. So I click here and I link the time to the activity. So that day is now attached to this activity. So now when I log time, rather than just give a summary, I choose the assign to option, and I can then pick off the time that I've sold, make any notes about what the time was, and then save that. And that time then will be automatically deducted now, both here at the activity level and also at the project level. So I can see that overview of the time there. So finally, let's just have a look at our dashboards. I've taken the liberty of creating a projects dashboard. So here you can see my open activities by stage, which is useful again for seeing where perhaps the projects are a little stuck. Or I can see my projects by consultant, which gives me a good feel for perhaps who's got a little bit more time available to jump in and help. I've also logged how much time has been logged on this particular widget. So we can see by activity how much time has been spent by the consultants this month. And then I've also got a view here of the time each consultant spent, which I may have weighted slightly heavily in my favour for this demonstration. So I hope you've enjoyed this webinar and it's been useful for you, and you found out a little bit about how to use projects in Goal Vision. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see webinars on all kinds of other topics related to Goal Vision.